besties, it's Kira. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video, we're going to be doing my January wrap-up. If you don't know how these work, I'm basically just going to be talking about all the books that I read in January, give you my thoughts, my rating, stuff like that. It's pretty self-explanatory. I read 7 books in the month of January, which I think is like the most in a while because I had to work less. So I got a little bit more time to read, which was very nice. Make sure to follow all my socials down below, along with my goodreads, Amazon wishlist, stuff like that will be linked in the description if you want to check it out. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos by me. And let's just get right into it. I started off the year with a book that's been on my physical TBR and just like my TBR in general for a very long time. It was like so up my alley of like the tropes and stuff, and I just don't know why I never picked it up. The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. This is the first book in, I guess it's like a series. I gave it a 4.75 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed this book so much, and I don't know why I put it off for so long. There were just some things that just didn't make it a 5-star, but it was like, oh guys, so close. Really ended up liking Kayla and Jonah's story. It was a lot more than romance. Like, I'm not saying that the romance was kind of like a side plot, but there were other things that Kayla was going through, and it made me sob, is all I'll say. I wish it was dual point of view though, because I just wanted to like know Jonah's thoughts, because he was so quiet, grumpy kind of man. Yes, apparently their story continues, which kind of made me like a little bit mad. I just want to read one book about a couple, because there's 2 books, you know, sometimes things just don't end up well at the end of the story. I definitely recommend. 4.75 out of 5 stars. Right, these next 3 books I read for a video to finish series that I'm in the middle of. If you want to go check that out, it will be linked up there. So I will not talk about these 3 books too much. Cut off that video with A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. Technically it's like the 4th book in the ACOTAR series, even though it's just like a little novella-sized thing. Gave it 3 to 5 stars. I love these characters. I love this universe. I thought this was just like a cute little wintry little book. Not much else to say about it. I'm almost done with the ACOTAR series. Kind of crazy to say, kind of scary, but I'm excited. 3 out of 5 stars. Then I read Kiss the Sky by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is the 4th book in the Addicted Calloway Sisters universe, but the 1st book in the Calloway Sisters series. This is Rose and Connor's story. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. Like, I kind of explained it in the video, but what did I read in this book? Like, what did I actually read? I don't know what happened. Like, nothing really happened. It was very repetitive. I just didn't care about Rose and Connor's story. I'm still obviously gonna read the series because I want to get to Reich and Daisy's story. That's why I read this book, was to get to Reich and Daisy's book. So 3 out of 5 stars. And then lastly for that video, I read The Ashes and the Star-Cursed Ting by Carissa Brabant, the 2nd and I guess final for these characters book in the Crowns of Nyaxis series. I give this a 4 to 5 stars. I wanted more from this book. It was a lot more politics based and war and fighting and all that stuff, so I think that's why. I really love her writing style. Like, it's so easy to understand, so easy to get through, and I definitely want to pick up her other series, the Daughters of No World series. 4 out of 5 stars. Except I have a book that I wouldn't say kind of disappointed me. I've heard many good things about this book, and I was like, I think it's like right up my alley. I'm gonna be obsessed. All these things, and it was just like an average book for me. That was Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer. This is, as you can see, a hockey romance. It's between an assistant and an NHL player. This was just like way too insta-lusty for me. Instant attraction, stuff like that. I just think because they had crushes on each other in high school, but like obviously they were part of different groups of like friends, so they never thought they had crushes on each other, never thought that they would be together, talk to each other, all that stuff. And I just think because they kept talking about that, they were like, oh yeah, but like that was back in high school, like there's no way I have a crush on them anymore. It just like was so repetitive. Like, it was so repetitive. I didn't like that part. It annoyed me to the point where I was just like, I just wanted it to be over. I give it a 3 to 5 stars. I do not know if I mentioned that. Next up, I read a book that y'all are gonna be so proud of me that I actually read this book, because every TBR prompt that I get that's like, book that's been on your TBR the longest, this one always comes up, and I never pick it. Never pick it up. And I finally read it, and dare I say, I actually kind of liked it. Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. Finally got around to it. Gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed this book so much, and it's kind of scary that I did. I know everybody and their mother has read this book, and I was the last to read it, but yeah, it was kind of just like described as like a bully romance, and that's why I was so scared, because I don't like bully romances. Like, I hate them, actually. Okay, I'm not about to justify the bullying right now. Like, bullying is terrible, but like, Ren, she kind of deserved it. She was kind of a bitch. I know the reason why she was this stuck-up person. At the same time, Misha bullying her was kind of like deserved, and it kind of like woke her up a lot deeper than I thought it was gonna be. Kind of heartbreaking too at some points. I love the pen pal situation, stuff like that. Things were revealed, kind of crazy, all over the place, but I loved it, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. So yes, I recommend. I don't know why I put it off for so long, because I actually liked it, and I would recommend this book. All right, and then I just randomly picked this book up. I don't know what kind of mood I was in. I wanted to read fantasy, but I also was just like in such a romance mood. So I picked up another romance book, Rein Me In by Keiralynnw. I'm sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly. This is just like a cowboy, small town romance. I gave it a 3 to 5 stars. I read this like so quickly, like I didn't want to put it down, but like honestly, I don't even really remember what happened. What I do remember is the female main character comes back to town finally after like avoiding it because of someone who passed away. She reconnects with this guy who used to be really close friends with that said person who passed away. Deeper than I thought it was gonna be. Like, this was so emotional, and I was like, dang, reading it. I thought it was just gonna be some cute small town cowboy romance, and then all of a sudden we're talking about these huge topics, and I'm like, wow. I definitely recommend it. 3 to 5 stars. And then lastly, I technically had like a DNF this month. I like soft DNF'd it, because at this point I already read like 7 books in a month. I was like kicking it, and I just haven't read that many books in a month in a very long time. So like, I felt like I kind of burnt myself out. I picked up this book and only made it like 40 pages in before I was like, yeah, this is really not what I'm feeling right now. Not like never gonna pick this up again. It just like wasn't what I wanted to read at the time. I picked up Shipwrecked by Olivia Dade. Wasn't in the mood for this type of storyline between like movie stars and falling in love and stuff like that. Honestly, writing style kind of reminded me a little bit of Tessa Bailey. Like, even the font is kind of giving Tessa Bailey books. Me and Tessa Bailey are just like kind of off right now, so I think that's also why I was like, I don't know if I really want to read this right now. I just thought because it's like winter time, it kind of gave winter Arctic vibes. I don't know. I'm putting it in here because I technically did start it, but I didn't finish it. If I'm not loving a book, I'm not going to force myself to read it or finish it. That was it for this video. Like a pretty okay reading month, if I do say so myself. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you didn't watch last week's video, my February TBR, you want to know what is on my radar for the month, make sure to check that out. It'll be linked up there. Make sure to follow all my socials down below, along with my Goodreads, Amazon wishlist. All this stuff will be linked in the description if you want to check that out. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos by me. And I'll see you guys next week for a fun romance bookstore vlog for Valentine's Day. We love. Anyway, love you guys, and I'll see you guys next week.